Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Tiger and Bunny, episode 4. So, last time we had a skyscraper bomb incident, which I believe is also a Detective Conan movie. But Wild Tiger and Barnaby managed to figure it out, and end up saving the day. So, yeah, don't know what to expect, as always. Don't know where this is to go. But I'm definitely interested. There's a lot of good stuff here, but I feel like they've yet to crack the surface. There's still so much more work that can be done in making the world feel alive and making the characters feel alive. And I really hope they kick that off. Like, really kick that off. You know what I mean? But I'm enjoying this so far. It's, like I said, it kind of gave me some vibes of The Boys, just obviously not as violent and, dark. But it's definitely giving me those same kind of vibes. So, definitely interested to see where it goes in that regard. We'll see. Either way, we're just going to get this started. I know, not very long for the pre-thoughts, but that's fine. Not much else to say. We're just going to get this started, hope for the best, and see what this episode has in store for us. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, we got an episode about Blue Rose, like, almost entirely. Tiger and Barnaby were literally reduced to side characters in this. And I actually really like that, because, as I said, it gives us a chance to really connect with these other heroes by doing this, to see them for the people they are and their struggles, their ideas, their just identities. And so it's really important to see this kind of thing. So this episode we get to really meet Karina. Karina is the true identity of Blue Rose, the ice-based superhero sponsored by Pepsi. And yeah, she's a teenage girl who has a lot of preconceived notions about the hero business and a lot of issues about just how things are handled, how it just goes, basically. She doesn't really want to be a hero at all. She only became a hero because it was literally forced on her. She was forced to become a hero in order to further her singing career, which is her true passion. And because of that, she never really gave it her all, and eventually started to falter in it. She started to lose the initial, passion that was there, and it was eventually even seen in her catchphrase. As she kept saying it, it was acknowledged that it kept getting more and more forced. that she didn't seem to have the passion and fire in her voice anymore. She became jaded to the entire job. And we see she doesn't handle a lot of pressure well. She doesn't handle having guns pointed at her very well and stuff. And I mean, fair. Especially for someone who never wanted to be a hero in the first place. So it gives us a lot of depth to her character, allowing us to really see what's important to her and how she views kind of everything that's going on. I was wondering her exact age. I was saying like she was probably 17. I looked it up here. She's actually 16, but turns 17 later on. So apparently the characters do age as the series goes on, which is something that would almost seem like a duh kind of thing, but surprisingly isn't. A lot of shows don't do that, surprisingly. A lot of shows don't actually acknowledge the characters aging, even when it's obvious they would. Like, for example, Hunter x Hunter. Gon and Killua are 12 years old at the start. And by the point of during the Greed Island arc, we know for a fact that a year has passed since the beginning of the series, because the Hunter exam, which is a yearly event, takes place again. Killua is able to go to the Hunter exam by that point and compete again and win rather easily. He's able to become a hunter officially after having lost at the first one at the beginning of the series. So we know for a fact a year has passed by that point, which means Gon and Killua would be 13 now. But they never acknowledge this. They never acknowledge that they've aged up or anything. It's not really a thing. So it's just refreshing to see that a series is probably going to acknowledge that these characters do grow up and age up as they go. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I like seeing shows do that kind of stuff. Either way, so we could see the kind of misgivings that Karina has in this episode, and it focuses on her struggle to identify what it is about being a hero that appeals to others. And she even asks this of Tiger, who she is shown to be a little annoyed by. With as much as he talks about, his heroic attitude and being invested in this job and everything, she shows that she doesn't understand what he's getting at. So she asks him, why are you a hero, basically? And he's like, it's not about what people think about me. It's not about, like, that side of things. And he's basically telling her, it's like, I'm doing this because I like to save people. Because it's the right thing to do. And whether she realizes it or not right away, it does inspire her. And she even hears Barnaby say practically the same thing in an interview. So when she sees people betting on this incident that's happening, on whether or not the heroes will be able to save the day, it disgusts her that people are doing shit like that. She realizes what these heroes are putting on the line. That they are putting their lives at risk to save others. And she is inspired by it. So much so that she decides to leave this extra gig that she was graciously given and instead go be a hero. And she steps up. She arrives, she saves the day, not for the points, but because it's the right thing to do. And she realizes that. This episode was, in a way, a great character study, showing what it means to be a hero through the eyes of someone who never wanted to be one. And I think that's a really brilliant move. It endears us to her character, makes us really appreciate her point of view as a teenager. A jaded teenager who never wanted this, who was forced into this life, and gets all this praise and recognition, but has no passion for the job. We get to see this perspective that is very different from other characters we focused on, namely Tiger and Bunny. Like, both of them are very invested in being a hero, for different reasons, mind you. But we see that Karina is not. And she only finds a dedication to it after speaking to them. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a cool way to handle it. Now, you could say that it's like, oh, but it's kind of forcing this idea into her and saying, like, that she should just follow what she was kind of forced into and everything, rather than follow her own dreams. And it's not saying she can't follow her own dreams. But I can see what you're saying, like, it's trying to, like, force her into the idea of this job and being a hero and everything. But I don't think that's the intention here. I think it's just trying to say that she never really realized what being a hero was about. And she was just focused on the fact that it was forced upon her, and that she regretted, not really regretted it, but she had this active dislike for it because of that, rather than because of the job itself. It's not that she hated being a hero because of the actual job, it's because of the fact that it was forced on her. So, once she realizes what being a hero is about, she realizes that it's like, this is something she can do. And even something that she, to a degree, wants to do. But for her reasons. Not because it's being forced onto her, but because it's her choice. That's I feel, the idea that they're trying to get across. And I like that. I really like that. So, yeah. I enjoyed this episode a lot. I enjoyed Karina's character. And I'm glad we're getting such in-depth episodes about these other heroes. I did say before, in previous reactions, I believe that when I left off, there was some kind of focus on Fire Emblem the first time I tried watching this series, which was, again, a long, long time ago. So maybe it's going to be something similar to this, where we have the focus of the episode being on Fire Emblem. Again, it was a long, long time ago. I don't remember, so I just know that that was where I left off. But yeah, I'm excited to see more of this. I definitely want to learn more about these other heroes. And I'm very much enjoying this series. There's a lot of great stuff to it, and this is probably the best episode so far. And it's nothing against the other ones, but this one just, it went the extra mile and did stuff that I really wanted the series to do. So, got to give it credit for that. But tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Tiger and Bunny, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.